Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll be breaking down the similarities and differences between two very small iPhones with a very big price difference. So right here we have the brand new 2020 iPhone SE and the even newer iPhone 12 mini. And both of these from the back, you can see, look incredibly similar, the price being one of the biggest differences here. But there are quite a few differences you want to know about. So if you're in the market for a smaller and more affordable iPhone, this is going to be the video for you, because honestly, like I said, there's definitely not a clear winner for these. I can tell you which one's the better phone, but once you factor in the price, it gets a lot more interesting. Both of these phones do a lot of the same stuff, so is it justified to spend that extra $330 to get the iPhone 12 mini? Well, we're gonna find out in this video. I wanna start off with some of the big differences. The first thing to note is that aesthetically, they're not especially different. They both have a black option, a white option, and a product red option right here. Obviously, you can see the red on the iPhone 12 mini is slightly less red. It's a little bit more of like a pinkish tone, not as a deep red as we saw in the SE. That's not a big deal, obviously. The iPhone 12 mini also comes in blue and green as well, so you have some extra color options there. And aesthetically speaking, from the back, you'll see that the boxier edges on the outside of the 12 mini I think they look a little bit better. So I think aesthetic is definitely going to be better on the 12 mini. Looking at the back, the front, it's obviously better with a bigger screen. But you'll also notice that we have a camera bump on the 12 mini. Now, it's not especially a large camera bump. You're not going to notice any difference in thickness between these phones, but you do have two cameras housed on the back of the 12 mini. You have the wide angle lens and the ultra wide. Both of them are 12 megapixels. And on the iPhone SE, you just have one on the back, but it's still a pretty good camera, being 12 megapixels as well. And another thing to note with the back of these phones is that they both have wireless charging. They both have a water resistance rating of IP67 and IP68, so slightly better on the iPhone 12 mini. But for most people, that's not going to, unless you drop your phone in the water for like 30 minutes, it's not going to be a noticeable difference. And when we flip it over to the front, you'll see this is really where the biggest aesthetic difference comes in. So on the iPhone SE, we have a smaller display. That's 4.7 inches, despite being a larger footprint overall. And then the iPhone 12 mini, we have a 5.4 inch display on a smaller phone overall. So as far as screen to body ratio goes, obviously it's significantly better on the iPhone mini right here. You'll see that we do have that cutout on the top with a notch. That's where your Face ID is housed, as well as your speaker and your camera. Whereas on the iPhone SE, you have all of that in the top bezel. And on the bottom bezel, a benefit of the iPhone SE, if you're looking for this, is that it does have that button. It has that fingerprint Touch ID right there, which some people really like having that instead of Face ID, especially in 2020 when we have all the masks that you have to wear. And like, you know, Face ID doesn't recognize you if you have a mask and glasses on. Like, Touch ID is just a lot easier to use. Now, getting into another benefit of the iPhone SE, because there really are not a ton of them, being a much older design of a phone, but the other benefit is that it does have, from my testing, a slightly longer battery life. I'm talking on the order of about 10%. Neither of these have an excellent battery life. They can get you through one day with normal use, but if you're really pushing it, especially if you're using 5G, which only the iPhone mini has, you'll notice that it definitely has a slightly shorter battery life. Now, speaking of that, the iPhone 12 mini, like I said, has 5G, and the iPhone SE only has LTE. So you're still gonna have really fast internet, but you won't have 5G, which for most people, I don't know if that's really what you should be worried about the most. 5G is rolling out right now, but it's definitely not everywhere yet. And so depending on where you are and what coverage, what carrier you have, you might not even care about 5G for maybe even another couple years. Now, I want to get into a camera test as well as a speaker test to show you the differences between these phones, but looking at the display on the front, not only is it larger on the iPhone 12 mini, but you also have a just overall better display. So you have a much higher contrast ratio and you have a much higher resolution. So it's about 1080p on the iPhone 12 mini and about 720p or 750p on the iPhone SE. So the screen quality is definitely better, but being that they're both small screens, like most users, you probably won't really see that difference. Like, they both look decent in daylight and they both have pretty good colors, but I mean, holding them side by side, it is noticeable that the iPhone 12 mini has a better display. And guys, just a quick little aside here, I'll actually be making quite a few more iPhone 12 mini videos, so if you're interested in this video, consider going down and clicking the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss it when I release those videos. Now, with that being said, guys, let's hop into a camera test right now to see what the difference is in video and photo quality between these phones. All right, guys, so now looking at the front-facing camera, this is the iPhone SE. The sky is totally blown out right here, and this is shooting in 1080p, so the iPhone mini can shoot 4K on the front-facing camera. This one cannot, but comment down down below and let me know how this looks and sounds to you. Now let's check out the iPhone 12 mini. All right, so the iPhone 12 mini here is able to shoot 4K with the front-facing camera, and the HDR looks way better on this. The sky and my face both look a little bit gray, so slightly less saturated, but I mean, overall, I think the balance looks a lot better on this one. Also, obviously shooting 4K, higher quality. This one is a clear landslide for the 12 mini, but now let's check out the video on the rear facing camera. All right guys, so the iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone SE, both shooting 4K 30 right here. And so let me know which one looks better. The colors are gonna be slightly different, but overall the video quality is pretty similar. The stability is slightly different as well though. So comment down below, let me know which one you think looks better and sounds better. Of course, this is the onboard microphone on the iPhone SE right now, and this is the onboard microphone of the iPhone 12 mini. So now getting into the photos, starting with the iPhone SE, you can see it takes great photos overall, and I'll put more on my Twitter as well, but the iPhone 12 mini looks much better color, more contrast, more saturated. I think they just look better. Now, when we zoom in, neither of these have a telephoto lens, so they both look really similar with their max digital zoom of 5x. But the benefit of the iPhone 12 mini though is that it also has the ultrawide lens, which gives you a really nice zoomed out shot here. Now looking at portrait mode, they both look really similar. They do a great job. I would say maybe the skin tones look slightly better, more natural on the 12 mini. But once we flip over to the selfie camera, you'll see right here, the iPhone SE has a lower quality camera, so it's a little rough around the edges. Now the iPhone 12 mini definitely looks a lot better with the selfie camera. So the price of the iPhone SE at release is $399 and the iPhone 12 mini is $699, but can be $730 if you want it to be an unlocked phone. But I'll put links down in the top of the description so you guys can go down there and check out the latest sales and the latest prices on these two phones. During their release event, Apple spent a lot of time talking about their ceramic shield, so it's a tougher glass on the iPhone 12 lineup. So the iPhone 12 mini will be more durable for drops, but most people put cases on their phone anyway, so I'll link some of my favorites down below. So another fundamental difference with these phones that you can't see just from looking at them is that the iPhone 12 mini right here actually has Magsafe on board, which I'll talk about that in another video, but essentially you just have magnets on the back which allow you to have the Magsafe charger, this right here, which sticks on the back, but you can charge either one with the Magsafe charger. It just sticks to the iPhone 12 mini. Honestly, I think it'd be better if it didn't stick to it, kind of. But you can also put the Magsafe cases on, which again, I don't really see a big practical use of that. And you can put the Magsafe wallet on. But like I said, that's a discussion for another day. A big advantage of the iPhone SE, however, is that it comes with a lot more in the box. Despite being roughly half the price, if you buy the iPhone SE, you're going to get the Apple earbuds in the box, and they do have the lightning port on there, obviously, because you don't have a headphone jack on either one of these phones, but you know, at least it comes with earbuds, and it also comes with the charging brick, which you don't get either of those. You really only get a cable with the iPhone 12 mini. So that's a drawback. A lot of people are complaining about that. If you already have AirPods at your house or whatever, then it's not a big deal, but it's definitely worth noting. Now, as far as sound goes, the iPhone 12 mini does have Dolby Atmos support, and speaking of sound, let's actually get into a speaker test to see what the difference is there. So as you can tell, that sounds a lot better on the mini. So now let's talk about what both of these phones have, because like I said, there are a lot of similarities. They both have iMessage and FaceTime and AirDrop and all the normal Apple stuff you're expecting, being that they're both obviously running iOS. There are a couple differences, however. So like I said, a lot of them are related to the camera and the Face ID. So you don't have Memoji on there or Animojis if you really care about those a lot. You don't have night mode or deep fusion in the camera, but they both can shoot 4K. So they're both getting great photos and videos. And they both have the exact same storage options, starting at 64 gigabytes and moving up to 256 if you want to pay more money for that. And they both have 60 hertz display. So a lot of really big similarities. And as far as the speed of these phones go, I mean, yes, it is an older processor on the iPhone SE, but you really probably won't notice that difference. So it's the A13 versus the A14. And so the A13 on the iPhone SE, yes, it is a year older, but it's the same one that we saw on the iPhone 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max. Like the whole lineup had those processors. And so this phone's very fast, and it's going to remain very fast for a very long time. So guys, in conclusion, between these two phones, like I said in the very beginning of this video, it's pretty obvious which phone is better. The iPhone 12 mini is a better phone all around, but it's a significantly higher price point. So when you're actually considering the price, Besides the cameras and the display, you're not going to get a significantly different experience on the iPhone 12 mini. And so if you can accept a slightly lower camera quality, being just one camera on the back and lower quality night photos and stuff like that, and if you're okay with the larger bezels on the top and bottom of your display, then it definitely makes a lot of sense to save the money and go with the iPhone SE. Like I said, it comes with a charging brick, comes with the earbuds in the box, and it's definitely a really solid option for a mid-range phone. Now, if you can afford the difference, obviously the iPhone 12 mini looks a lot better and it performs better, like it has a better screen. And if it was up to me, I would probably spend the extra money and go with the iPhone 12 mini. But comment down below, let me know what you guys think between these two phones, especially considering the price. Which one would you get and why? And what do you think of these two phones? So if you enjoyed this video, like I said before, guys, consider liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. It would make my day. And I'll see you guys in the next video.